Hey, Matt and Melissa here for Two English Teachers Stuck in a House. We're finishing up Act 5 today. Um, we're on Scene 1 of Act 5, and Romeo is in Mantua, and he's waiting for a word from Friar Lawrence about Juliet, and he doesn't know anything that's happening back home, and he's in a really good mood. So, right?
Yeah.
If I may trust the flattering truth of sleep, my dreams presage some joyful news at hand. My bosom's Lord sits lightly in his throne, and all this day an unaccustomed spirit lifts me above the ground with cheerful thoughts. I dreamt my lady came and found me dead. Strange dream that gives a dead man leave to think, and breathes such life with kisses in my lips that I revived and was an emperor. Ah me, how sweet is love itself possessed when but love's shadows are so rich in joy. And here comes Balthazar, his servant. News from Verona? How now, Balthazar? Dost thou not bring me letters from the friar? How doth my lady? Is my father well? How doth my Juliet? That I ask again, for nothing can be ill if she be well.
Then she is well, and nothing can be ill. Her body sleeps in Capel's monument, and her immortal part with angels lives. I saw her laid low in her kindred's vault, and presently took post to tell it you. Oh, pardon me for bringing these ill news, since you did leave it for my office, sir.
Is it even so? Then I defy you, stars. Thou knowest my lodging. Get me ink and paper, and hire post horses. I will hence tonight.
I do beseech you, sir, have patience. Your looks are pale and wild, and do import some misadventure.
Tush, thou art deceived. Leave me and do the thing I bid thee do. Hast thou no letter to me from the friar?
No, my good lord.
No matter, get thee gone, and hire those horses. I'll be with thee straight. So, Romeo, once again, his MO is, let's do it now, quick, quick, quick. I found out Juliet's dead, I'm gonna go, and I'm gonna take care of this right now. As opposed to sitting and thinking.
And just waiting.
Well, Juliet, I will lie with thee tonight. Let's see for means. O mischief, thou art swift to enter in the thoughts of desperate men. I do remember an apothecary, and hereabouts it dwells, which late I noted in tattered weeds, with overwhelming brows, calling of simples, meager were his looks. Sharp misery had worn him to the bones, and in his needy shop a tortoise hung, an alligator stuffed, and other skins of ill-shaped fishes, and about his shelves a beggarly account of empty boxes, green earthen pots, bladders and musty seeds, remnants of pack thread, and old cakes of roses were thinly scattered to make up a show. Noting this penury to myself, I said, and if a man didn't need a poison now whose sale is present death in Mantua, here lives a caitiff wretch would sell it him. Oh, the same thought did but forerun my need, and the same needy man must sell it me. So, Shakespeare loves self-fulfilling prophecy. Why is Romeo noting that, oh my gosh, if I need to get a poison to kill somebody, I could get it here, and now he needs the poison. So he makes things come true.
One other thing I wanted to point out is in line 35 and 36. He says, "O mischief, thou art swift to enter the thoughts of desperate men." Like, he's saying out loud, trouble is coming into my mind because I'm desperate, and he doesn't have the restraint or the wherewithal to pause, like, which makes it more tragic for the audience. Because again, we're supposed to identify with the tragic hero, or else we wouldn't care what's happening and be like, God, he's so stupid. But we've all been there. We've all had inklings that we are about to do something we shouldn't be doing. We've all felt like, oh man, this is not a good idea. And we hand somebody our soda and we're like, watch this. And then we go do it anyway. And stuff blows up in our face, our soda, right? Yep. But my point is that we identify with that because we have ourselves given into our own desperation to ease our pain or to satisfy some need we have. And so we're being pulled in and we're like, oh, Romeo, no.
So Romeo sees an apothecary who is a pharmacist, and this particular pharmacist looks like he's not up to any good. As I remember, this should be the house. Being holiday, the beggar's shop is shut. What? Ho, apothecary!
Who calls so loud?
Come hither, man. I see that thou art poor. Hold, there's 40 ducats. Let me have a dram of poison, such soon speeding gear as will disperse itself through all the veins, that the life-weary taker may fall dead, and that the trunk may be discharged of breath as violently as hasty powder fired doth hurry from the fatal cannon's womb.
Such mortal drugs I have, but Mantua's law is death to any he that utters them.
Art thou so bare and full of wretchedness, and fearest to die? Famine is in thy cheeks, need and oppression starveth in thy eyes, contempt and beggary hangs upon thy back. The world is not thy friend, nor the world's law. The world affords no law to make thee rich. Then be not poor, but break it, and take this.
My poverty, but not my will, consents.
I pay thy poverty, and not thy will.
Put this in any liquid thing you will, and drink it off, and if you had the strength of 20 men, it would dispatch you straight.
There is thy gold, worse poison to men's souls, doing more murder in this loathsome world than these poor compounds that thou mayest not sell. I sell thee poison, thou hast sold me none. Farewell, buy food and get thyself in flesh. Come, cordial, and not poison, go with me to Juliet's grave, for there must I use thee.
So, a couple of things I always like to point out, and I may end up pointing it out again, I don't remember, but Romeo wants a poison to die. Why can't he just kill himself with his dagger?
He's a coward.
He's a coward. Daggers and swords throughout the entire play have been associated with masculinity, and the fact that Romeo has a dagger to kill himself with, but he wants a poison, indicates that even in his willingness to kill himself to be with Juliet, he wants the quickest, most painless death possible, as opposed to Juliet, who in the last, or in scene 2 or 3 of Act 4, decides that if the potion doesn't work, she's just going to kill herself with the dagger. So we've got the idea that even in this moment, he's cowardly, and he wants the easy way out. The other thing, at the end, when Romeo says, I've given you poison and you've given me remedy, he's commenting on the fact that money is the root of all problems. Like, the more money, more problems, right?
Yes, sir.
And so he is just ready to rid himself of the problems that are associated with the wealthy, and is just ready to be done with the entire thing.
True.